Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? It is Tuesday, and today we're going to be talking about dealing with the boredom after quitting. I know when I first started quitting alcohol, there was a huge gap in my life, and there's some things that boredom means, and there's some things that we can do to, deal with that and have a happy, free, sober lifestyle. So let's get to it. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing happy and sober this morning. It is Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific time. We do this every single day. Sometimes broadcasts are live, sometimes they're pre-recorded, but today is a live broadcast. So I hope you're all doing fantastic. We are live on YouTube. We're live on my personal Facebook page, and we're also live in the Dare to Be Sober group. And I just like to say we got an influx of new members in the group, and I'd just like to say thank you for joining. I'm committed to helping you, inspire you to get your first 30 days of being alcohol free and beyond, and hopefully live a sober lifestyle for the rest of your life, because that's what I'm doing. I don't even want to drink alcohol anymore, and it has no control over my life. So hopefully that is my hope, my dream for you. So let's get started with the video today. Today we're going to be talking about boredom after quitting. Okay, just a medical warning: if you can't go for more than 1 to 2 hours without a drink, it can be dangerous to quit. You need to seek medical attention. If you're having seizures, if you're having extreme vomiting, extreme withdrawal symptoms, please seek medical attention. There is a difference between an alcoholic and a problem drinker. An alcoholic is someone who's physically dependent on alcohol, and someone who is psychologically dependent on alcohol as a problem drinker. So if you're physically dependent on alcohol, please get some medical attention. But if you're just psychologically addicted and that's all you have is a problem with drinking, and that can be fixed, because I did it myself. So number one thing we need to understand is, why are we bored? Okay, so there's a couple things that are the cause of boredom. Sometimes it's procrastination. Sometimes it's lack of vision. Sometimes you have no challenges in your life, and sometimes it's just lack of motivation for you to, carry on with what you want in life. No, procrastination is one of those things that I think everybody deals with. I know that I procrastinated a lot of my life. I had to put a lot of things in my life just to force myself to do things when I didn't want to do them, and that was one of the things that got rid of procrastination for me. It's just kind of being okay with not having a good day, being okay with doing things when you don't want to. That builds mental toughness, and that also helps with procrastination. The lack of vision is just setting goals and a vision for your life. No challenges. I mean, those are the things that you have to go and find yourself. I don't know what kind of challenges you need. I know that, not drinking alcohol is definitely a challenge. So set that challenge. Set that 30 days from now, 60 days from now, a year from now. What are you going to be? What's your life going to look like? Challenge yourself to do that. Challenge yourself to do, maybe a 7-day yoga challenge, or this year I wanted to do the Tough Mudder race. I'm not able to do that because of the things going on in the world right now, but that's one of those things, because then it pushes me to get fit. I have a date, I have a deadline, I need to get this fit by that time. If I don't, it's going to mean a lot of pain for me. And lack of motivation is just kind of lack of these other things, lack of vision, lack of challenge in your life. So why are we really bored though? When we drink, we usually do it to relieve some sort of pain. What are you using alcohol to mask? What are you using to mask? Now it's time to figure out how to approach that. We're going to read books. So how to approach that? Read books, watch online videos, get a coach. Learning how to deal with the problems can definitely fill that gap. Okay, so boredom is just one of those things that I've learned to not even have to use. Not even have to use anything for boredom anymore, because I'm so busy now. I busy myself with reading books, watching videos, coaching, starting a business, and that I filled that gap of alcohol with positive things. I know that sometimes when you have that, when you're drinking, you get rid of it, you have this extreme gap in your life, right? And I understand that. I know people are totally just like freaked out by this gap of time, and then you realize how much time you've been wasting, and then you can set goals and say, look, in this time I'm going to start reading books, I'm going to start dealing with this procrastination, with this lack of motivation. I'm going to start watching online videos and educating myself. I'm going to start getting a coach and learning how to deal with these things. All those things are really what's going on there. So when we drink, we usually do it to mask some sort of a pain in our life, and sometimes that pain is just the lack of challenge, lack of vision, lack of not knowing where to go and what to do with your life. So and procrastination is one of those things too. And just like masking the problem, you might be using the time to procrastinate in other areas of your life. So procrastination is just it's almost like you feel like you have an inability to take action, but you definitely can take action. You can definitely do the things you need to do, and you can definitely take action, and you just have to pick a goal and kind of just go for it even when you don't feel like it, right? So there's Mel Robbins talks about the 5-second rule, right? So what the 5-second rule is, it's not eating stuff off the floor within 5 seconds. That's not what it is. But the 5-second rule, she talks about just counting to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just getting it done, getting out of your chair and going and doing that thing. And it's not going to feel good all the time. And I think there's a misconception with people who think of successful people or people who are getting on with their life, or even people who have been non-drinkers for a long time. They think they have it so easy that it's never uncomfortable for them, that they don't have problems, that and they're perfect people. Nobody's perfect. Okay. When you take action, when you seek discomfort, when you it's uncomfortable to take an action, and that's okay. That's fine. So it's not always going to be comfortable. It's not always going to feel good, but once you do it, and once you start taking that action, it feels good in the end. You're rewarded in the end. It's kind of like a delayed gratification sort of thing, right? So what do you need to do with this time that you're not drinking? Do you need to clean up your house? Do you need to make a budget with your finances? Do you need to work on building your sober toolbox and your sobriety plan to keep you on this track? Do you need to work on your relationship? Like I said, sometimes with alcohol, we just mask what we're doing, and we're procrastinating because we don't want to deal with these things. But if you just deal with these things one at a time, I can guarantee that you're definitely going to feel a lot better. So another thing you could do in this time without alcohol is you can take time to create a vision for your new life. Okay. You can become a new person when you're alcohol free, and you can set new goals in areas of your life that you couldn't set before. I know that now I'm able to get up in the morning. I'm able to exercise. I'm able to meditate. I'm able to be consistent with these live videos for you guys. I'm able to create a coaching program now that I have. I was able to have better relationships in my family and with my wife and my kids and all this stuff, because I don't have that anymore. I don't have that alcohol holding me back. And it's definitely a freedom thing, but it's not going to make everything disappear once you don't have the alcohol. You're going to have to set a new vision, and you're going to have to craft the new person that you want to be. And you're going to kind of have to reinvent yourself. So you can set goals around your health, your finances, your travel, fun, relationships, all these things are kind of where you need to put your time and your effort into creating where do you want to be in the next 60 days to a year with your health. Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to be able to do certain things? Do you want to run a marathon? Where do you want to be with your health? Where do you want to be with your finances? Do you want to get out of debt? Do you want to save some money? Do you want to start investing? Do you want to become a millionaire in the next 10 years? Like where are your finances? Okay. Travel and fun. I know that travel is kind of restricted at the moment, but some places are starting to open up, and eventually the world's going to start opening up, and you'll be able to travel and have some fun. So what are some of your fun goals? And that will go back to you'll be able to save up for those fun goals, and you'll have the health to do those fun goals. So travel and fun are definitely one of those areas where you're going to want to try and set goals and have a vision of your life. And also relationships. What are your relationships going to look like in 30 days from now? What are they going to look like 60 days from now? 100 days from now, a year from now? And you can also use that on the opposite way of craft a vision of who you don't want to be too, right? Because where's your health going to be in the next year if you don't quit drinking? Okay, where are your finances going to be? Where's your travel and fun going to be? You're not going to have any travel or fun because you're going to be too worried about, getting that next drink, right? And relationships, where are your relationships going to be? Are they still going to be there? Because, the only thing you can't get back in life is time, right? So every time we make a decision to spend our time in something, we're voting for that person in the future, right? You're voting for either you're voting for that person who has a problem with drinking, or you're voting for that new person who's alcohol free. So every time we make a choice, we're making a vote, and all these votes add up at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, and all these votes add up, and they create your life, right? So if we're more aware of that, and we have a vision for who we want to be, that also helps us raise our standards, and that also helps us understand where we want to go and what we want to be. And the people around you are going to be so inspired by someone who has a vision, right? Like for my vision of my life, alcohol free now. So, my vision is to help, as many people as I can become alcohol free, because I definitely believe that you don't have to have this in your life. You don't have to be in recovery for your whole life. You can set yourself completely free from this, and you won't have to worry about it. That will have no control over you at all, and you'll be able to live your life alcohol free. And it's not going to mean that you're not going to have cravings, or you're not going to see the marketing and think, hey, maybe a drink would help me right now. But you will know consciously, subconsciously, that alcohol that gives you no benefit at all. So that's my goal, and that's my vision for my life, and that's what I want to help other people craft too. So just take this time to create a vision for your life. If you have a vision for your life, just give me a comment here. Because I would love to hear what your vision is and what you want to do. And like I said, another thing you can do with this time that you have, that you're alcohol free now, is find a challenge. Find something you can find challenging and go for it. Okay, are you ready to sign up for a marathon in the next 3 months? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to save a certain amount of money? Do you want to start a business? Like what exactly do you want to do with your life? Okay, find something that's challenging. Find a stretch goal, right? And it's, you set SMART goals, like specific, measurable, attainable. SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, timely, realistic, and timely. Sorry, it's a little early this morning. So specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, right? But that realistic part, you could play around with that. I mean, just because it's realistic doesn't mean that you can't stretch yourself, that you can't, that you can't push yourself a little bit, and, say, and be specific about these goals, right? So do you want to sign up for a marathon in the next 3 months? Okay. Now you have a goal. Now you can craft it backwards and kind of reverse engineer it to find out what you have to do monthly, what you have to do daily, right? Losing weight. I want to lose some weight. That's not a very specific goal. I want to lose 10 pounds. That's a specific goal. So now in the next 30 days, I want to lose 10 pounds. How do I get there, right? Do you have a certain amount of money you want to save? Well, I want to save, $1,000 in the next 3 months. Okay. Well, how much money would you actually need to save daily? How much money would you actually have to take off your paycheck to get to that? What is there something else you need to do, like start a side hustle, or, start something on the side to get that money? Like what are those things? Now that you have a challenge, now you have a goal, you can reverse engineer that, right? Or do you want to start a business? Okay, what steps do you need to take? I want to start a business I want my business to have this much revenue, or this many clients, or this much by the end of 3 months. Now you have a goal. Now you can reverse engineer that. And it's something challenging that, because I think alcohol robs us of those ability to take challenge in our life, and alcohol robs us of just the ability to take action, because we feel sick, we don't feel good, we're anxious, we're stressed, we're depressed. All these things that are negative in our life just increase with alcohol. So once you get that out of your life, you'll definitely have a better time. So that's just a few things that I think you can do with your time that you are bored without alcohol, right? And just because when you're bored, it's important to do things. And when you're bored, because if you just sit around thinking about how much you're missing out on alcohol, how much all your friends are having fun, how sunny it is outside, or this or that, you're never going to be truly free from alcohol, because you're just going to be sitting there and moping and groaning. And that goes down to this other thing that you need to understand, is that once you start understanding that alcohol gives you no benefit, you're not missing out at anything. Right? You're not missing out on anything. You think you're missing out on things because you have this subconscious belief that alcohol gives you some sort of a benefit or pleasure, but you're really not missing anything. And once you start to wrap your head around that you're not missing anything, you'll definitely be able to find a challenge. Go do something that you're procrastinating on, read books, educate yourself, start an art project if that's what you like to do. All these things are super important, and and it's super important to fill that gap with things that you like to do and have goals. Definitely one of those things that we definitely as humans need to do, because we need to grow and challenge ourselves. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I decided to want to talk about boredom because I see that it is a pretty big problem, and it's definitely one of the reasons people relapse: boredom and isolation. So I just wanted to do that. I do have a coaching program. There's a couple spots left. It's called the Relapse Reinvention Program. It's be 30-day challenge, alcohol-free challenge that starts on June 7th. I still have some spots open. If you want to are interested in getting your first 30 days of sobriety, I will definitely be able to help you, relieve this cognitive dissonance and help you carry on with your life. Hopefully be alcohol free, and not only alcohol free, but kind of reinvent yourself into a person a non-drinker who doesn't drink, who is not held back by this attractively packaged poison anymore. So if you want to learn more about it, just DM me, or I'll leave a link to my calendar, and you just book a quick chat with me, and we'll just get to have a chat and see if you're right for the program. Because I might not be right for you, and you may not be right for the program, but maybe we are. Who knows, right? So, anyways, have yourselves a meaningful day, guys. DM me if you're interested. And if you're bored tonight, find something to do. Read, research, start playing guitar again if that's something you want to do. Do an art project. Find something that you want to do. Set a goal for yourself, set a vision, and do that. Do daily tasks every day, and tiny improvements over time will definitely help you, because if you do 1% better every day, that's 365% a year, and a year you never know where you're going to be. Have a meaningful day, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another live broadcast.